Hi there, I'm Jeannie Rainey and welcome back to my craft room. Today we're going to make a card with Angels of Peace stamp set. So I've already made my sentiment by embossing with gold, and I cut with the die, the stitched die circle. I have stamped my angel already, and now we're going to color. This is the Bumble Bee color of ink. We're going to use the blender pen. Now I like to put the ink on an acrylic block. I find I get good control of the amount of ink that I want to pick up. So I'm just going to color her wings. To clean off your blender pen, you pull backwards and roll. So you spin it, and once you see that there's no more ink, then you can go to another color. So we're going to use the Cinnamon Cider. Now we're going to use the Gilded Leafing. This is very tricky to use. It's best to use a shallow, wide container. I put about half of my jar, or not even half of my jar, into that container. You got to be so careful. It's very flyaway. Now my favorite technique of applying this gilded leaf is by using liquid adhesive. I'm using my painter brush, and I'm going to water it down. Then I'll just apply it where I want it, and I will let it dry. If you don't let it dry, you just can't work it well. It's too sticky. So then once it's dried, carefully lift off the lid. You gotta move slow. And then you just put face down with your adhesive on the gilded leafing to pick it up. Then you use a brush and brush off the excess. I work it in a circular motion because I want to break off everything that is not adhered. So the bristles help to break off that which is not on the adhesive. Any of the flyaways. There you go. So then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella for her dress. Now this is really hard to see on the camera, so try to let you see it, but it's too hard. Now for her skin, I'm using the Ivory Blends. Then for the background, we're going to create using an embossing folder. It's the Merry Melody. Then we're going to spritz our paper 6 times with water. Then go ahead and run it through the machine quickly. You got to work quick because the water does soak into the paper quick. But by spritzing it, it allows the ink to spread. Now this is the look we want. Here's a couple mistakes. I forgot to spritz, and this I had way too much ink. So that's my mistakes. The look we want is this, where the ink is spread evenly. Then I used the vellum, the in color shimmer vellum, and I used the Merriest Frames dies, and we're just going to use a half of that. So you could actually make 2 cards with that, and you save the other piece for the other card. This is a great technique for perfectly positioning your layer onto your card base by making little tabs. You can position because the adhesive is not going to be all the way around the surface. It's just in those spots. You can take it off and reposition it perfectly. Now we'll just continue to layer our card. Apply the vellum, then the angel, and then we will use dimensionals on the sentiment. So like I said before, the embossing folder and this stamp set won't be available till August 3rd. So stay tuned. Thanks a bunch.